Fairytale of New York. It did take a long time to pull it all together. Originally I'd written a song which I played to Marcia, my wife. It was an embarrassing, lyrically embarrassing song about a sailor being kind of at sea and away from home and being miserable, and she said that, you know, that's just really pathetic, and suggested a story which she felt was more like the kind of story that the Pogues would use in a Christmas song, which is the basis of the song. I then wrote another song which Shane took and turned into Fairytale of New York.
It went through quite a few rewrites before, I mean, certainly from the lyrical point of view, before Shane was happy with it. It had, you know, it was originally, the first version that I encountered was very different to the one as the song as we know it now. So we were talking earlier about, you know, Shane's songwriting process, and Fairytale, I think, is probably the least typical of all the songs he wrote in the way that it was written, you know, over such a long period of time, and with Jem and Marcia's involvement as well. It is, yeah, it's quite an interesting process actually.
And then even when we thought we'd finished getting it all arranged properly, it still took 3 separate attempts over a couple of years to manage to record it.
Yeah.
Like, we just couldn't play it. We weren't good enough to play it the first time we tried.
Yes, that's simple truth, really. Yeah. When Steve took it home and got Steve Lillywhite took it home and asked Kirsty to sing the woman's part, that's when it really finally kind of locked together, you know, and because her voice was so perfect for it.
Yeah, he kind of tricked us because he said he was just going to get Kirsty to do a guide vocal, so we could see what it sounded like with a female part.
Yeah,
we hadn't sort of decided who we'd asked to sing it,
and
but he obviously thought, you know, that wasn't a demo recording. That was it was a well honed with harmonies and stuff.
Yeah,
he was like, you know, okay, see how you can say no to this, but.
I mean, he knew that that's what he was going to do, and he was right. That's why
it was amazing.
You know, that's why you have producers sometimes, because they come up with really good ideas.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was married to Kirsty, so he had someone. You know, they had a studio at home, and they could just sort of knock it out over the weekend.
They did. It was just fantastic. People who know nothing whatsoever about the Pogues know Fairytale of New York. None of us had any idea of what it would turn into. The song is kind of an institution in its own right. You know, I don't think anyone in the band actually saw that it would take on this kind of life that it's taken on.
I don't think you can.
No, of course you can't.
And you certainly can't sort of set out to make such a thing.
No,
I don't think. We just, you know, we were just trying to make this sort of song that we had knocking around, written, felt kind of special, you know, get the best recording of it, and then from then on it's all in the lap of the gods, really. Actually, I can remember the first week it was released, someone coming along and saying, oh, it's got to number 39 in the charts, and there being this great relief among the more business-minded people that were around, and not really realising that was so important, because if it had been 41, we might not be sitting here now talking about it. It was that sort of fine margins, but because it had it was just into the top 40, it meant it would get, you know, the kind of
it would generate
exposure that the way things work then, you know. It's a different kettle of fish now, obviously, but so, you know, it could have gone either way, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, we always felt it was special, but that's no guarantee for the rest of the world.
And after all, it's not really what it means to you, the people that have actually created the song, but it's what you know, how it resonates with the outside world, with other people, and it really struck a chord, and continues to, you know, which is great.
I love to remember Kirsty, playing it with us, singing it with us on stage, and the fake snow.
I
don't-
love the way that
yeah.
when Kirsty says, well, so could anyone, back at Shane after he goes, well, I could have been someone, and she goes, well, so could anyone, and how the whole crowd used to join in on that line. Sort of like, you bastard, Shane. You know.
You know, I mean, sadly, Kirsty died, but then for me it was very poignant that for a while one of my daughters, Ella, would sing the song on stage with us, who was, you know, when the band first started, was just born. So, you know, there's this wonderful generational thing.
Yeah, that was really nice when we did that, when she did that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.